Hello everyone, welcome to Magic Slides video. In this video, I will show how to create a cool Magic PowerPoint presentation. For this course, we recommend using Microsoft PowerPoint 2019 or 365. Okay, let's get started. In this video, we'll involve 3 tips, respectively, text generation, remove background, morph transitions. Master these 3 tips, we can make a very creative PowerPoint. Create a new PowerPoint, first delete these, then click on Set Background, and set a background to a black color as I feel black would be more magical. Then select Insert. Insert a text box. Type in a title, Harry Potter. Choose a bold font. Give it a little enlargement, and then one of the subtitles entered. Zoom it out a bit. Insert the prepared picture, placing it at the bottom. Select Crop in Picture Format. Resize it to the size of the page, and then give it a zoom. Now one problem is that the text is actually very close to the picture, which makes the text actually not very readable. Here, we can insert a shapes. Select No Line, and then select Gradient Fill, and then delete both of them, and then change the fill to black for them. Then, one of the transparency selection, adjust it to 100% transparency. Select the direction, and then select the title. Give it to the top layer. Okay, now a basic low weight is complete. But there is a problem is that the font does not look very magical feeling, like a very ordinary work report slide. How to make this font becomes different from it? This is the video's first point of knowledge, text generation. In the past, font design is a very complicated knowledge. It needs to learn other design tools, such as Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. But today, with the development of AI tools, it is possible to produce cool text with just words. This tool is Dreamna. Dreamna is an AI website. It can have very rich AI functions, such as text to generate images and images to generate videos. And then it will provide 120 points per day. Each time to generate images is 2 points. So for each day, there are 60 free opportunities to generate images. Then click on this image generator, and here we can see some of the related images that I generated in the course. Then come to the top. Do you like this Harry Potter? But isn't it also complicated to enter keywords? Actually, it is complicated, but we don't need to learn everything. Just need to be good at leveraging other people's sharing, like these texts are also my copy of other people's sharing in TikTok. And my job is actually to enter a Harry Potter for it, change these places to my desired theme. And then the only difference is I added a subtitle for the keywords. For example, we can click on this report place, and it will bring those keywords back into the edit area. Change this to YouTube. And then here, need to delete these things. Then the parameters can be defaulted, and we can adjust the scale of the production picture here. Then we can click Generated. It will be in the bottom for the generation of the desired picture. At the moment, because it's a free image generator, it might be a little bit slower, but trust me, it's worth the wait. But this is video, so no need to wait, just skip ahead. Okay, we can see some of the fonts that it generates for. Are they designed to be cool? And then if we're not satisfied with the images, we can select here and it will generate a new set of images as well. And we can keep clicking on them until we find the one that we like. AI is a kind of exploratory process. We can go through different attempts until we come across the desired image, and then go back to the above part. We can see the image I generated here, and the effect is quite good. For example, this is one that I think fits the theme very well, so we can first click on it in this upscale, and it will generate a higher resolution image, which is this one. and we can see that the texture details are much clearer. Then we can click on the download again. Oh, the picture, it is a black background, resulting in the PowerPoint cannot be applied directly. So this time, to enter the second point of knowledge, remove background. Regarding remove background, there are many websites that can realize it now. Based on my own experience, I recommend these two websites. The advantage of it is that it can download high-definition images for free, while some websites need to buy membership in order to download. However, both sites are 3 times a day download quota, can be used interchangeably. Next, I'm going to show it with PixelCut. Click here and select the image we want to process. PixelCut processes the image very quickly and at the same time handles the edges very well. That's another thing I like about PixelCut, it's very detailed. Then download the image. We can see here that there are 3 download opportunities per day. If we exceed them, we need to buy a membership or change our account. We can see that there is a logo here. It's a bit of a problem. Insert shapes. Select the picture. Select these shapes. In shape format here, choose subtract. Okay, and then zoom in a little bit. And then give it a little bit of centering. Can be a little bit larger. The picture of the castle is now a little bit small. We can give it another castle to enlarge a little bit. Okay, now it will be more perfect overall. Then start the second page of the production. Delete placeholder and set black background. Insert the prepared image. And then the same is in the picture format, in the choice of crop, border to the appropriate size, and then zoom in a little. Then now, I think this picture as a background, it is too bright. Let's adjust the picture color. We can first reduce its saturation a little bit. Do not need the background image is particularly bright. So here we can set 50, and then in this place will be the picture of the transparency adjustment, such as adjusting the picture to a 40, 45, okay? The picture is mainly for the role of an atmosphere, so do not need it too obvious. Then in Insert, go to Insert Around. Select a black color for it. And then line here, I want it to have a magical feel to it. We can select this place first, and then in this, more color. I want it to have a little bit of a magical array feel, so we can do something like this, and it's going to favor a yellow feel, and then if we drag it down, it's going to be a little bit less saturated. And then if we drag it here, it's going to be a little bit less bright. Now the page is quite good, and then Ctrl+D copy, and then realign them. And then hold down Ctrl+Shift+Alt, and then drag the mouse, it will be put to zoom. Here we can choose to no fill. And then here will also be line to change the thin a little bit. For example, 0.75, and then the transparency of the choice of a 40, so that the circle to play a decorative role. This place to put the text. But at the moment, it's rather intrusive, so we can do the same copy this place from the first page and paste it, and then set the round at the top. And then here, I'm going to put a picture in, but then at the moment, because it's got an edge problem, so now it needs to remove the background as well. So again, go back to the PixelCut and click on Re-upload image again. Okay, we can see that it's actually handled pretty cleanly. There's a few blemishes here and there, but it doesn't matter. They're going to be removed in the actual production process. And then the same click on Download. Because there's going to be a lot of images used in this lesson plan, I'm going to be providing processed images, which can be found in the introduction at the bottom of the video. Back to the PowerPoint. The picture to a suitable location. Here, then we can insert a shapes. We can click on the shapes, and then click on the circle, and then select subtract here. and then Ctrl+C copy it, and then Ctrl+Z withdraw, and then put a delete, and then Ctrl+V, and it'll get two complete shapes, and then drag it over, and then just select this image, and then select the shape, and subtract it again, and we get a perfect image. Okay, here we will put a prepared copy in. Now, this Hedwig title is a simple. It's possible to regenerate another one for it, like Harry Potter here. And again, coming back to this site, we can see that I've generated some Hedwig title here. And at the time, these weren't satisfactory. So by clicking on this place, it's going to generate a set of them for again. And then I thought this is actually quite good. So I clicked on Upcycle here. And it'll generate a high resolution image for that, so it'll be clearer. We can click on this download, and then come back to Pixel Cut, remove background. I'm not going to repeat this step. Drop the prepared image in, and then we can see that there is a watermark. We can go through crop to crop it out. Then delete this text and drag and drop it to a suitable size. Now I think it's a little bit down overall, so I'm going to move it up a little bit overall first. Okay, and then I think I can add a shadow to this image layer. Select this here, and then we can adjust it. Say a little bit bigger here by 18, and it'll transition a little bit more naturally. And then I still feel like there's not a lot of harmony between this text and this image. Here we can select the background around, Ctrl+D, align. And in this place, select no line, and then select gradient fill. Select a slanting upward direction. And we can see that these edges are a little bit blemished, and then we can drag it around a little bit, and it'll transition a little bit more naturally. Place this title at the top, and now the effect will be a little bit better. Then we don't have to choose AI to generate the text. We can use PowerPoint fonts for this. I'm choosing Baidina here. It will go better with the title. It is a little bit too compact now. Right mouse button, choose this paragraph, and then choose multiple. I'm going to use 1.35 here. It's going to fit a little bit better. Move this whole thing up. These text colors are a little bit too bright right now. Choose a gray color in this area. Now I think it's good as a blurb. Okay, so a page is now complete. Then we can start the back of the page. The overall production process is very similar. Here, I will not repeat the demonstration. Now that the static pages of the PowerPoint have been completed, it is time to move on to the final point of the video, Morph Transitions. Morph is one of my favorite features in PowerPoint. It's amazing how quickly it can help with switching between pages. First, go back to the first page. I want the whole page to feel like a castle entry when I switch between the first and second page. So here, Ctrl+C, copy the image to this page. Then hold down Ctrl+Shift+Alt, drag it to zoom in, and then right mouse. Place it on the bottom layer, and then pull its transparency to 100%. Then in Transitions, choose Morph. Now play it. Okay, continue to the back of the production. First of all, we hide this image. In order to prevent the accidental touch, then we can select the eye icon in this place and hide it. Then all of these contents are selected. And then press Ctrl+G to combine it. The back of the same, hold down Ctrl+G, and then here a same, Ctrl+G. Then go back to this page, select it, and then Ctrl+C to copy it. And then come to this page, Ctrl+V, and give it the left position. And then similarly, Ctrl+C to copy it back to this page and give it the right position. And then similarly, select Transitions, Morph. We can see it's going to have this kind of transverse toggle effect. And then for the back production, Ctrl+C. The same for this page to choose Morph. Remember to come to the second page, will be hidden before the picture to restore back. Then let back to the first page to look at the visual effect of the whole. Okay, the overall effect is not still very cool. This video is divided into 3 parts: text generation, remove background, morph transitions. Involves the use of some tools other than PowerPoint. As long as a little bit of understanding, we can help to complete a fast and good PowerPoint. This is Magic Slide. Hope you can subscribe me. I will bring with more interesting PowerPoint tips. See you in the next video.